Hey everyone, Draker here, and I'll be casting a 1 versus 1 today on Shattered Temple. Now we are here with Dignitasnani. Don't know, I'm just going to call him Digny because it's a hell of a lot easier as a red Protoss. And over here, as a blue Protoss, we have HuK. Great old HuK. And HuK is amazing, so this should be a pretty good match. Yeah, anyways, now let's get the production tab going on. So my throw looks like we got a little bit of lag here. I'm not exactly sure what this is because I'm looking at my FPS right now and it is at 52. So yeah. Anyways, now we do have pylons coming for both these players around the same time, a couple seconds off, doesn't really matter. Pretty around 10 supply, it's definitely normal. Obviously, since you have to get the pylon for the gateway or anything else. Now we probably are going to see some more. Oh, we're going to see some more pylons come out. We'll probably see a gateway come around between 12, 14 supply. Normally around 13, 14 supply. You usually see a gateway pop out of here, and it does look like Digny is getting the gateway now at 11 supply actually. So we should be seeing a gateway now on the way for HuK at 12 supply. So basically around the same time. Getting the gateways, a couple seconds difference. Shouldn't really affect them that bad. Now we do have an assemblator on the way here for Digny, which is pretty early. Actually, we have HuK in the assemblator too at 14, 15 supply. Actually, I called that wrong. It's not really early. I was thinking it's still around 12, 13 supply. I wasn't really paying attention. That's actually a normal time to really get gas. We'll probably see him probably go into warp gates, if not early stalkers on the field shortly. Now we do have the scouts are scouting around. Does look like Digny is going to be able to scout around in his opponent's base beforehand, which is going to help him quite a bit. He's going to see the cybernetics core go down as well as the second pylon. So he's probably going to either guess either going to be some stalkers on the field or we are going to see some early warp gates as well, which usually you don't see too often. Get warp gates that early, going warp gates before you get any units on the ground. You might see him pop out a couple zealots before he gets that warp gate going. It really depends on what he's planning. I mean, this is HuK. I've seen HuK do some crazy freaking things, so you never know, especially against another Protoss. And I don't really know. I don't know this guy at all. So I can't. I've been gone for a good 6-7 months. I've been stationed in Camp Lejeune, didn't bring my laptop, so I haven't been able to follow up on any of the new players or any. If this, all I know, this could be another player who changed his name. Another pro player changed his name. I don't know. No idea. Now we do have HuK is getting his probe chasing around here, but he should be able to move around here pretty freely without even losing that guy and scout around for a good minute or two longer. Now we do have we have a mass gateway build coming up here by HuK, which makes me seem that he is actually getting that warp gate right away before he even really gets any units on the ground. He did manage to get one stalker, and that's about it. Which makes me think he might be going for a mass stalker build right off the bat. If he's getting that many gateways on the field and he's already researching warp gate with only one stalker, he's definitely going for a mass stalker something. I don't know. That's very unusual. Now we do have Digny here is kind of just running around. Does look like he's going to get a little kind of a proxy pylon over here to warp in some reinforcements as he is looking to push in here to see what HuK has as for a defense. See if he can push in here and do some damage. Now we do have Digny is trying to place a couple pylons here to keep these stalkers busy, as well as trying to get the pylons going so he can warp in reinforcements right in the front of HuK's base. HuK should be able to take care of this battle. I don't even really call it a battle. This zealot is basically going to die. HuK might lose that stalker. I don't think he's going to, as HuK is able to pick off that stalker. Now we do have sentries and the Twilight Council here on the way here for Digny. Does look like HuK was finally able to lose that probe. We do have a nice little warping coming over here by HuK on the side. Definitely a good play here by HuK, as he is going to be able to attack in from the back. And it looks like Digny is coming about lag. We have a nice attack coming here from the back by HuK. HuK should be able to take out both these stalkers, but we have reinforcements coming in here on the way here for Digny, and that should be able to help him as now HuK is surrounded here by units. HuK is reinforcing with a couple more stalkers, but the Twilight Council does finish it. We have the sentry here, might be able to block. He's not able to block those stalkers coming up here. Now HuK is going to be able to do some serious damage here for the time being. Although we still have more units are on the way here. We have a Chrono Boost coming on here to hurry up that time frame on that Stalker. Is able to warp in some more Stalkers, and now he should be able to push HuK back, as HuK only has a handful of Stalkers and a couple of Zealots, and Digny is able to take care of this counter assault, I should say, from HuK, and HuK is forced to retreat in the meantime as he is reinforcing with Zealots. So it looks like we are going to have a nice little battle going on here in Digny's base once again as they are pushing in here. But Digny has plenty of units, and he was also forced to pull off a few probes, which did get destroyed here. And Digny is able to pick off all the Stalkers of HuK, and HuK now only has a handful of Zealots to do any sort of damage here. He did able to pick off about 5 probes there, and that's what he's going to try coming in here and do any sort of damage that he can do left. He's trying to pick off some more probes. It's not really helping. Now we do have a Twilight Council here on the way for HuK as well, which means they're both most likely going to be researching Blink and if not Charge. Usually around now you usually see one of those getting researched unless you see them go for a quick Dark Shrine, get some Dark Templars on the field, but you don't really see that often. I'm actually surprised no one's even researching any tier upgrades. They didn't build the building yet, but still, usually by now you'd be working on your tier upgrades, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on here now. It looks like Digny is going to be able to scout around here and see what HuK's little proxy pawns he's got laying around here, and there's also another one up here which he does not know about yet. Now we do have a HuK is trying to reinforce his front of his base here with some more units. I'm not exactly sure what he's planning. His minerals is fully saturated, and I thought I was the one lagging here, but apparently it's them that are lagging, or maybe, I don't know what's going on. It could be my computer. My frame rate is fine, but at the meantime, Digny is complaining about lag, but he shouldn't really complain too much because he was able to defend that great push there by HuK. Now we do have a Robo on the way. We're probably going to see some I want to say observers on the field in case he's worried about any Dark Templars, but I won't be surprised if we see some Colossi or Colossus, however you guys pronounce it. You hear them both ways on the field, and they both are building a Robo facility at the same time. We do have Blink is also getting researched at the same time, although HuK is actually going to finish his Blink before Digny. I was going to say right before, but Digny's at just halfway now as that Blink is finally researched there for HuK. So HuK is looking to finally tear up a little bit. He is getting that Robo facility down. I won't be surprised if we see a Colossi coming on the field soon if he can get that robotics bay out. But it doesn't look like he's just going to go for an observer, which I'm actually kind of surprised he's going for an observer at this point, especially considering the builds both these players are doing. It's basically the same exact builds. Actually, they are identical builds. Now we do have Blink is just about finishing here for Digny as he is now warping in some more Stalkers, so it's basically going to be Stalkers and that's about it. Observers for the next couple minutes by the looks of it. Basically, and we do have also some Zealots on the way, or I shouldn't say on the way, already there for HuK. We have a pylon on the way for Digny. Where is he building? He still has that proxy pylon over here by HuK's base, so he could warp in some units over here to reinforce his little army, which really isn't going to matter because there's only one entrance to HuK's base. So that proxy pylon is only really good for reinforcing. Now we do have an observer here on the way to take a look at things, see what's going on. He is going to be able to spot this expansion, which is extremely late for HuK. I'm not used to seeing HuK one base this long, but both opponents are one basing. They both went in for quick attacks. They both had got some good damages in, especially with Digny being able to hold off that counter assault by HuK, which was actually a good counter assault, but it just wasn't enough. Now it looks like HuK is looking to push out, and Digny does notice, and that observer is going to be able to spot the other observer, and he might lose that observer as it only has 10 health left. And he is looking, he blinks all over, that observer is going to die. So Digny is going to be able to lose that observer. Although Digny is pushing out, tried to save the observer. It's going to be a Stalker versus Stalker war going here. Nice little blink by HuK as he is trying to retreat, and he is going to be able to reinforce with a few Zealots and Sentries. He won't be surprised if we see some force fields here. And as Digny is looking to actually pull back, he was able to pick off a couple Stalkers. I almost said pulled off, but that obviously doesn't make sense, as he is now reinforcing his army. Now he is looking to make a push here into HuK's base. HuK could actually be in trouble, as it's basically Stalker versus Stalker here, and see who has the advantage. Whoever macro micro betters depending on who gets units in more faster and the way they can move their army at the same time. We have a nice little lonely force field here, which is kind of a waste of energy because it's just sitting there and neither of them are attacking. They both are looking for a plan of attack. We have a nice little spread out here by HuK, was actually something you kind of want to do. Spreads out attack radius and everything in the frontal assault. He's going to be able to cone these units and pick them off one by one. Good force field placement here by HuK, but it's just not enough. He wants to try to cone them into a little ball so he can pick them off one by one, and he actually is picking them off pretty good. Now, this is basically going to be a Stalker versus Stalker war. He is separating his army half and half. As you can tell, what's going on here. And he's going to be trying picking off these one by one. He doesn't really have anywhere to blink to. He is trying to defend his expansion as well as possible. He's not even going to bother pulling back into his base. Now, it does look like Dignity is going to pull back a little bit as he reinforces his army some more. They both are at the same exact spot. He's blinking up to the top ledge, and that's going to be a nice rear attack there by Dignity, and HuK could be in trouble. Now, this could actually determine the match right here. Whoever's army survives right here is basically going to determine the match. You have Stalker versus Stalker going here. They're just sitting there. They're not even bothering choosing one by one, trying to make them all attack one unit at the same time. They're just sitting there fighting, and looks like Dignity is going to pull back as HuK was able to push him out of there. Now, we need to see one of them upgrade some tier attacks, but I don't think they're going to. This is actually a very odd game. I've never seen HuK play the way he's playing right now. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It really depends if you're a HuK fan or not a HuK fan. But I've seen him play a hell lot better than this. I don't really know exactly what his plan is, but anyways, now we do have a nice army size here by Dignity. He is looking to Stalker up, and he looks like he is planning to blink once again on the top. And he's going to be able to pick off these gateways pretty quickly as HuK is now going to have to pull his units up here, and he's actually pretty trapped as Dignity is on the high ground right now. So HuK is in trouble. This could determine the match right here, and whoever wins this, and it looks like HuK is going to blink right into the units of Dignity, and then you're just going to pick each other off one by one. And this is definitely going to determine the match right here as we have Stalker versus Stalker. And it does look like Dignity is in trouble. HuK is going to be able to come out with advantage in Dignity good games, and he leaves the game. I got to say, I was kind of surprised right there at the end. I thought Dignity was going to have it, sneaking up from the back and picking off those units, but HuK was able to manage to pull out that win with the blinks right into the army and just picking them off one by one. I gotta say, there you go. It was a match between Dignity HuK, Protoss versus Protoss, and it was a good match. Have a good one.